Erik's teacher also explained that part of the class grade was based on how much money each student ended the semester with. Erik was devastated.
I was already failing, and I was already in the hole. And I remember he saying, I'm worried about you that you are gonna just fail in life. And I'm like, okay. And that was kind of a call to action. What can I do to salvage this? And I remember going home and I was just beaten. How do I not fail this class? Because at the rate I was gonna be in debt. And my mother said, how's it going? What's going on? I filled her in on the situation and she said, oh, that's easy. I'm like, what do you mean? She said, come with me. And she says, okay, what I want you to do is try to trace this the best you can onto this other paper. I traced out the money and the design of it. And then she took the ink that I had traced. She takes the cardstock and she starts printing a bunch of these off. And I'm like, Mom, where did you learn to do this? And she goes, oh, BYU. And so here's my mother helping me. She's breaking bad by counterfeiting all these bills. And I remember turning to her and saying, Mom, isn't this cheating? And she stops and she turns to me, she says, yeah, that's kind of the point, isn't it? That's kind of the point. And I thought about it. What she was saying to me is, this was a gospel lesson. I could tell when my mother was teaching the gospel. We are in debt. We need someone to come in and pay the price. Isn't that cheating? Yeah, that's kind of the point. That was my first lesson on grace that really sank in. I need someone who has skill and capability that I just don't have to come in and help me with my debt. I don't think she called it grace, but it was self-evident what it was. It's like, you need help. You don't have what somebody else has. You need salvation. Wouldn't it be great if someone could come in and save you? That was the lesson. Later, I would be able to assign that term, grace. That's grace. My mom taught me that is grace. So I take all this money to school the next day and I insert it into the system and nothing is said of it. And at the end, I get an A.
Although his mother's actions were clearly questionable, they revealed to Erik a deeper truth. Grace is someone stepping in to pay a debt we could never repay. Her actions sharply contrasted the teachings of grace and forgiveness Erik heard from his church and its leaders.
In the broadest and most eternal perspective that there is, no one ever gets anything for nothing.
Offering him a more robust and radical understanding of grace.